From ClarkWoods.com, this is Horribly Off Topic, episode number 167. I am Christopher.
You mean Earl?
I mean Earl Christopher Clark, born 40 years ago and 3 days ago.
Just in case you want to try to steal his identity.
Yes, go ahead, go nuts. And this fellow over there, his name is Steve.
I am Steve, and I sent Chris a little happy birthday message on Thursday.
You did. It was quite pleasant. It was on the YouTubes. Was the one you sent me on the YouTubes, or does that where I found more of them?
You probably found more. Well, no, I did send you it from the YouTubes.
From the YouTubes, yeah. I then went there and I was like, oh, this one's good and this one's good, and of course my dad's name is Earl.
Yeah.
So I was. And
so you have that. You have that in your back pocket.
His birthday is in a month or so. So now I have something to send my dad. Thank you, Steve.
The kitties and Earl. I was going to send you something that said Chris, but I was like, no.
No, this is funnier.
Yeah. I got one from my friend Sarah a couple years ago. It was like, it's your birthday today, Steven! It had a bunch of explosions and cars and clowns and puppies and all sorts of crazy shit.
In that order, cars, clowns, and then puppies?
I don't remember exactly how it went, but there was a lot of things that were happening on the screen.
Yeah, as there should be. It's your birthday. You know, you should have you should have all the things. Cars and
that was Indian food.
Cars and clowns and puppies. Mine had lots of cats. That's what I remember. There were lots of cats.
It was the Earl cat version. I think it was the YouTube video or what it said.
Earl gets the pussy. No.
So Chris,
that doesn't happen.
You were like the third or fourth friend of mine that has turned 40.
Yeah. Are the rest of them all dead?
No.
I don't feel 40.
But what are you doing differently?
I'm taking a lot more naps.
You did take one today because I texted you this morning and you were like, oh, doing good, and I'm like, when do you want to record? And then I didn't hear from you for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
sorry, took a nap.
Yep. So we went to.
We're gonna have to change the format of the show. We can't make as many dick and fart jokes. We're just gonna have to make more
make more old man jokes,
old man or dad jokes or whatever. Not that I don't constantly do that anyways.
Yeah, but dads have dicks and farts. I mean, one might say that dads have more dicks and more farts. I mean, or at least more farts.
The whole thing about dad jokes is that they're typically not offensive
and not funny.
I mean, I find some of them funny.
Some of them are funny. Yeah.
I mean, my coworkers.
Depends on the dad.
My current back in the day when I was working a couple of jobs ago, I used to do a character that I stole from Jim Norton, and whenever I had the opportunity to do a dad joke or a bad joke or whatever, I would do it through this character. Yeah. Which was Chip. That I think he has his own like alternate personality now. Like you think Chip has his own podcast now.
Oh, does Chip have his own Twitter? That's
I think Chip does have his own Twitter.
Right. Yep, definitely.
So I'm like I don't want to be ripping off Jim Norton. So if I'm going to be making these bad jokes, I'm going to own it.
Yeah.
And
just do them as yourself.
Where's the buttons?
I don't know.
I mean, it says it will shut down too soon with the auto shutdown function, but I don't want to look at that for fucking 5 minutes.
It's going to keep distracting you. It's going to be like, do you really want me to shut down? Are you sure you want me to shut down?
So I'm owning the bad jokes, and I'm just saying them myself as me.
How's that working out?
It's not. People at work think I'm lame. But I'm like, at work, I'm not going to be like making like...
You're not going to be making normal Steve jokes.
I'm not going to be making like a queef joke.
It's still a funny word.
Yes. But I'll like, and usually I'm pretty quick. Like somebody will say something, and then I'll just
like
be
a
like,
queef.
Yes,
you're quick like a queef.
Quick like a queef. We already had a title that had the word queef. It was Elizabeth of Queef.
It was. Well, you're saying we can't ever use the word queef
Well, we've used horse enough. We don't need to overuse queef in our episode titles.
Once every 200 episodes.
Yeah,
so
maybe
once we cross the 200 barrier, then we can
we can have another queef.
All right, we can have another queef. All right.
Well, yeah, I mean, but just like when someone says something and then like I say something really quick and fast and sort of funny, like usually that'll get a decent amount of laughter just because they're like, how did you come up with that quickly?
Right. But it's a dad joke.
Still. But because it's at work, I don't want to be like...
You don't want to lose your job.
Well, yeah, I mean,
a job is a good thing to have.
Yes. I mean, I like getting paid to
I do too.
To do work and occasionally make dad jokes.
So you asked me what else, what I was doing differently. We went, well, not really differently, but to celebrate my birthday, we went apple picking and we went to the ocean yesterday.
In the same day?
In the same day, yeah. We went to apple picking at it's called Apple Crest. I think that's what it's called. Might be called. It's something Crest.
Should have gone to Cider Hill Farms up in, I think it's in Amesbury.
Oh, okay.
They apparently have the best cider donuts in the state of Massachusetts.
Interesting. Well, we went to New Hampshire.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Well, it's right on the border.
The best cider donuts we'd ever had were...
weed? Oh, so
weed.
they had weed in them?
Wow, you know. No. The best cider donuts that I'd ever had were at a farm in Ipswich. That my friends Sarah and Jill took us to way back when Kaylee was...
Ipswich is one of those places I'm not exactly sure where it is. And
I don't know exactly where it is either.
No, but like what towns is it near?
I think it's near Salem. I think it's
Salem, Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's on the North Shore of Massachusetts.
Okay, so I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've actually been there.
Yeah. No, those were really good. They were hot and they were fresh, as opposed to the ones at Applecrest, which were not hot. They were not
up to your hot standards.
They were not up to my hot standards.
Because we are hot and horribly off topic.
And anything that's hot has to be judged by our standards.
Yeah, definitely.
Not by
I still think I need to reach out to Brian Newton, the guy that is one of the animation directors on Rick and Morty, because he does. I think I brought this up before, but he does a podcast called The Animation Success Stories. Codename Ass. I think we should, even though like neither of us are animators. Right. I mean,
there needs to be a hot.
I mean, we did art in high school, and imagine you went a little bit in college too.
Yeah.
So maybe we could just parlay that into having the hot ass podcast.
I think the
hot ass podcast.
The hot ass podcast is the thing that needs to happen. You should work on that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, those are the two things I want to do. I want to pick apples because that's kind of an October thing, but I also wanted to go to the ocean because I haven't been to the ocean all that much. And even
did you go swimming? It was actually pretty warm yesterday.
Yeah, well, no, we didn't go swimming, but we did put our feet in. I went back and forth.
I don't think it would ever be that warm in October that you would want to go swimming.
We went back and forth about.
You're not like the
there were lots of people surfing.
Surfing USA?
Surfing New Hampshire is great, like 13 miles of, or however many it is, of coastline.
It's probably about that much. Probably about 25. I'd say 25. I'm going to look it up.
We went, I was going back and forth about shorts versus jeans, because when we left yesterday, it was kind of chill. But when we got out there, it was warmer. But I had jeans on, and I rolled them up, and I went out into the surf, and that was beautiful. And I made a video, because you asked me before, what am I doing differently? I'm making a video every day right now. My friend Brandon, not to be confused with my friend Brendan, turned 40 like a week and a half ago.
How many miles did you say?
I said 13.
Oh, okay. No, it's 18, so you would have won.
I would have won the Showcase Showdown.
Yeah, because closest without going over.
Right.
Oh, wait. New Hampshire has the shortest ocean coastline of any U.S. coastal state with a length of 18 miles, sometimes measured as only 13 miles.
Fuck yeah!
Well, I guess you have osmost knowledge.
I have.
As you have gotten older, you have become wiser.
I've become wiser. I've gotten a few more grays in my beard. Although my daughter told me yesterday, not only do I have grays, I have a white hair in my beard.
That's where my grays are. They're in my beard
I don't have too many up top.
Yeah, neither do I. So I think we.
I think we're all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely, there's like one up there somewhere that I always see when I'm like brushing my hair or whatever, and I'm just like,
just 100 strokes per night in front of your mirror in your little pink bathrobe.
I need a pink bathrobe. Maybe I would be a better writer with a pink bathrobe.
I don't know.
That's what Grady Tripp, not Grady Tripp who we went to high school with, but Grady Tripp from Wonder Boys believed.
I don't remember a Grady Tripp from high school.
Graydon Tripp was a guy that graduated same year as me, and Grady Tripp is a character from one of my favorite films.
So did you mush them together into some sort of like supreme like lovable character?
No, they're both lovable characters, but only the one on the.
Pour more of that in there, and it'll make it more gingery.
Okay. Only the one.
It's a spicy kind of ginger beer.
It's Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaican ginger beer.
Jamaica man. No, they're both lovable. What was I answering?
I don't know. Something about
Grady.
Grayson Chipson.
Grayson Chipson.
I don't know. What's that?
So I'm making a video because my friend Brandon, not my friend Brendan, my friend Brandon's been doing it, and Brandon has been putting what is in that ginger beer.
There's vodka in the ginger beer.
No, so Brandon turned 40 about a week and a half ago, and he and I used to be on this site called Viddler.
Is that like
video sharing?
Did you ever go up to the top of the house and look at Viddler on the roof?
No. Although now I wish I had.
See that?
That's a title. That's on the dad joke.
That's also a dad joke.
So neither of us were the Viddler on the roof. There were many more Viddlers who were more popular than us. It was a site that was there before YouTube became. I mean, it was pretty obvious that YouTube was going to be YouTube and nothing else was going to matter. But it was still a little bit uncertain. So Viddler was a thing that was there.
Oh my god! I think I might have just thrown up in my mouth a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Leftover Indian is and then Narragansett.
I think they
not necessarily the best combination.
I think they prefer indigenous people.
No, it's not indigenous people.
I know. I was making a dad joke.
Oh,
a bad joke. No,
yeah,
I was making
that was just a bad joke.
That was just a bad joke. So Brandon started doing this video. Now Brandon always made better videos than me on Viddler, which is fine. He's a funnier guy. He has.
Oh, I get it. Vid like videos.
Video like videos. Yeah. He's a funnier guy. He has some improv training. He's been in like a background extra in some movies you might have seen.
Like what?
Like Batman versus Superman, I think.
Batman v Superman.
Batman v Superman. I think it was that one. Yeah, I think he's a background extra with like Lex Luthor.
Well, if he ever wants to come on the show and be a guest,
we'd have to Skype him in. I think he lives in. Does he live in Florida? I don't know. He lives somewhere.
Yeah, maybe not Florida then.
Yeah. But at any rate, so Brandon started doing this, and he was reaching out. He saw that I was turning 40. He's like, you should do this too. Now, I don't have time to do this. Like I have. I mean, not that Brandon has time to do it either. He's got a full-time job, and I think he's got kids. He's definitely married. But like I was like, how am I going to do it? And I found this app on my phone that I'd forgotten about called Clips, which Apple put together, which makes it insanely easy to get a little bit of a soundtrack, get a little bit of motion animation stuff, but it makes it a fucking square. Because I think the notion was it was meant to be stuff you'd share on Snapchat or Instagram or whatever.
More like crap chat.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And but
kids. No, I gotta stop you there for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Why do kids like things that are square?
That week that I was going to start the pinball league.
Yeah, I mean it's hip to be square.
It is. Hip
Huey
to be
told
square.
us that.
I tanked in the ratings now.
Oh,
like
no.
I did pretty mediocre this past week, and I'm below the threshold in the B.
Fake news. It's fucking fixed.
It's not fixed. I'm not doing well, but I didn't belong in the B rank to begin with,
Okay.
which is why I'm concerned. Like I don't want to like not be able to compete in any sort of final because I'm in the lower echelon of the B division.
Where you should be in like the C.
Yeah, I definitely should be in the C division, and I I got to talk to the people, and I'm like, is there a way for me to like without? I don't want to purposely fail, but I obviously don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like playing every week is going to help me because like if somebody that's doing better than me
right.
misses 3 weeks, then they get a 0, and that'll tank their score. Goose egg.
Yeah.
And then hopefully I will be able to compete in something.
Yeah.
But I want to compete in the C finals, not in the B finals.
Yeah.
I'm not a B finalist yet.
Yeah.
Like the people.
You know your limitation.
Yes, and I don't want to like lose badly to the people in the B finals. I'd like to perhaps maybe win in the C finals, if not like get into like some sort of top 4 situation.
Right.
But when I went to Cambridge to first participate, and then it wasn't happening, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, brr. And then I went to a bar that was near Porter Square while I was waiting for the train because if I had left immediately, I would have made the next train, but I didn't. Right. And so I had to wait like another hour or 15 or something like that for the next commuter rail train.
You go to Christopher's?
No, it was basically across the street from that. It was Newtown Grill.
Oh, okay, yep.
They had cheap beers and then they had
local for you.
Huh?
I said I was getting local for you.
Yeah, that was getting local for you. Cambridge Porter Square. And there was some kids sitting nearby, and I was chatting with them for a little bit. Yeah. And I say kids because they were like in their early 20s.
I was gonna say, did they have ID? Were they fake IDs?
No, I think they.
They're just kids because you're almost 40.
They were done with college.
Oh, okay.
But they are like in comparison to me and you. Are kids.
These kids today.
But they were just like, they kept on things I kept on hearing every once in a while. Well, when I wasn't in the midst of a conversation with them, was so and so Snapchatted me this or blah 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 back and forth,
yeah, mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't get it. Like I've seen I've never actually downloaded Snapchat.
Yeah. I could talk a little bit about it, but
so yeah, maybe you can put that in there after my anecdote.
Yeah.
But I just don't. Well, actually, my anecdote is over. But
no.
But I've never downloaded. But I've seen it, and I'm like, how do you why not just text somebody? If you have their number, why not?
I'm right there with you.
And if you wanted to send somebody a video, I mean, I guess I get it that it disappears afterwards, but it doesn't really.
No,
there's a way to probably find it again.
And you can. I think people can screenshot it or something, and you get a notification that they've screenshotted it. If they sort of do the thing on their phone, but yeah, I mean, people can capture that shit.
Well,
Woo!
Was that loud on the mic?
That was a little loud.
Well, I turned my head at least.
Yeah, no, I downloaded it. I was trying to get hip with the kids at some point, and
I mean, you do teach them, so you kind of want to.
I tried
trying to understand their means of communications.
I tried it for a little while, and then Instagram ripped off all of the features that I thought were even vaguely interesting, so I just canceled. I mean, I didn't cancel it. I still have a Snapchat somewhere. You
just said Instagram and then you said Snapchat. Which one are you talking about?
Well, I'm saying Instagram stole all of the Snapchat stuff that was interesting.
Okay.
So I just got rid of my Snapchat and I just
continued to use Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
I have an Instagram.
I get Instagram sharing photos.
I apparently have an Instagram. Becky made it for me.
Yeah.
For when she wants to tag me in her Instagrams.
In her Instagrams.
And I think it links to my Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then. It's also I follow some puppies, and so we can look at puppy.
You should follow some puppies.
Exclusive, I think I only follow puppy people, so I think anything on my feed on Instagram.
I follow photographers and
puppers
and pinup people.
Pinup people.
Yeah, I mean I'm just coming straight out with you. You know, I like pinup art.
Pinup art. I can't disagree with you. Instead of just saying that, I could have just said, I agree with you.
Yeah. So I follow a bunch of that stuff. I've learned not to favorite any of it, even if I do see a shot that I really love, because apparently on Instagram, everyone can see your favorites. They swipe to a certain screen. They're like, so-and-so liked this photo. I'm like, fuck you. I don't want people to see what I like.
Well, the thing is about pinup art is that it's sort of classy. Yeah. It's classy nudity.
Yeah, and there's not nudity on Instagram, but that is verboten. But
so it can even be
suggestion of nudity. In fact, there's one artist that
you have a little bit of? Can you have bum cheeks, like a lady going?
Bing, I think you can. I think you can have some woo bum cheeks.
Oh yeah.
No, but you definitely cannot have nipples. In fact, there was this one really good...
How about if you had a really tight outfit on and you could see the nipples through the outfit?
Yeah, I think it depends. So, there's a pretty talented black and white photographer that I followed at some point, and I still follow on Instagram. And this person used to just leave the nipples unobscured, but it would often be they were behind a sheer fabric or something, but it was very obviously a nipple. And so now it's very obviously a pixelated something covering a nipple, and it's just you're not fooling anybody, but apparently Instagram would rather you have the couple of pixels over the nipple than to show an artistic photograph.
But if it's a male nipple, it's fine.
Male nipples, fine.
Just hairy chest, nipples,
Absolutely.
fine.
Instagram doesn't care.
Okay, so what if some male had sort of meaty breasts like a woman,
Right.
but a hairy chest?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
So you're saying what I should do tonight is that I should go home and take an Insta of my chest, because I have some man boobs that are hairy, and
but just your chest,
just my chest, and see if
it gets past
it gets past the sensors.
Yeah.
I mean, it might initially,
or how about this?
But then somebody
take that
could then
picture and then Photoshop the hair off of it, and see if that also passes their muster.
Or I could shave the hair off.
Or don't do that.
Yeah, don't.
Don't you remember the Seinfeld and like Kramer was going nuts? Or no, Jerry was going nuts because he kept on itching.
I remember the 40-Year-Old Virgin, where they take the hair off Steve Carell's the chest, and he looks like a man.
I think you were going to say balls, and I'm like, why?
No.
It wasn't his balls.
No, that was a deleted scene.
No, I saw the deleted scene.
that wasn't.
I think they actually I think that's one of those things about that movie that was good. Was that scene was improvised because it was real.
Yeah. No, that was a great scene. It's still a pretty good movie. I mean,
yeah, it does not
has its problems.
It does not hold up. I don't think.
Yeah,
it's not something that I think I can watch 10 years later and be like, yeah, that movie.
Yeah. Well, there's little of.
But it launched I think that it sort of launched Seth Rogen. Yeah, I'm not doing it today. It launched him Seth Rogen was in things before there. He was in Freaks and Geeks. Yep. He was in a whole bunch of shit. Yep. But he was more minor roles up until that point, and then 40-Year-Old Virgin rolls around, and he I think he sort of crossed that threshold into being a star.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean he did fucking
Knocked Up.
Knocked Up, and then he did the stand-up one, Funny People with Sandler. I mean, he basically just did a whole bunch of fucking Apatow movies, and then Kevin Smith grabbed him and did Zack and Miri. And then he started to branch out even more. But I don't know that he got that much better.
No. I mean, but
he's
all you need is that one role to get you over a hump, and then you can as long as you don't try to bite off more than you can chew. And Green Hornet, might have been that movie.
It was that movie that actually got made, or are they still talking about making?
No, they made that movie.
All right.
It was bad.
I don't know. There's lots of bad movies that I never see.
Yeah, that was one of them.
There's a bad movie, or a quote unquote bad movie I'm watching right now.
Wow, you got them too.
A little bit.
At least you didn't have Indian food earlier.
I did not. No, I haven't had much to eat since yesterday, when I had a whole fuck ton of cider donuts and a big burger from some Hampton Beach
casino ballroom.
No, it wasn't a ballroom, but it was from someplace.
I don't think they have burgers there.
Yeah. No, so somehow Amazon has been trying to convince me to sign up for a free 6-month trial of Amazon Prime through their student account. And I was like, I'm not a student. So the last few times I ordered through Amazon, I'm like, I clicked no. And then this most recent time, I was like, what the fuck? I'll click yes, just to see if it asks me for proof or anything like that. Nope. It's just like, here's 6 months free of Amazon Prime for being a student. Didn't ask me for an EDU email address.
Which you probably have.
I do, but... But, so I was like, all right, so included in that 6 months of Amazon Prime is Amazon Prime Video.
Oh.
And so I went through and I was kind of looking at what are the various things that I could watch on Amazon Prime, and I came across Terminator Genesis.
Oh, the one with
Daenerys.
Yeah, Targaryen, which it took me halfway through the movie to realize it was actually her.
No, so you've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, I have not finished watching it. I think I'm 45 minutes in or so. I watched 20 or so minutes last night. I watched 25 minutes or so at lunch today. I kind of like it. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I dig the Terminator movies. But I got a bone to pick And that is that apparently James Cameron, along with somebody else, he's just producing.
James Cameron has gotten to the point where he's just a nutty guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to make the case that Wonder Woman is not a great. He's saying all sorts of dumb shit. Wonder Woman is not a great feminist character, and and I've made.
I did that thing where I tilt my head like a dog because I don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah, no, he's become quite the dumbass, and he's going to make 4 sequels to his movie that yes made a lot of fucking money, but is completely forgettable. Avatar. But apparently he is also going to produce another sequel to Terminator. He's got Linda Hamilton agreeing to come back. I imagine Arnold is coming back, and they're going to quote unquote ignore everything except for Terminator and Terminator 2. So like no T3, no Salvation, no Genesis. Obviously no the.
So this will be the actual Terminator 3.
This is the thing, is like, and this is where I get pissed off at DC and Warner Brothers. This is where I get pissed off at every movie studio.
All I can think of is the Terminator 3 pinball machine. It's like with Arnold going, "You shoot here, then here." And like I proved this the other night, like playing. Like whenever a pinball machine tells me to shoot somewhere, right. I cannot make that shot.
Oh,
it's just like shoot here.
Do you
shoot the left ramp, and I'm like, yep, that's gonna fucking happen, you fucking asshole machine. I probably would have been able to if you didn't tell me to fucking do it. You just lit a light there and made me sort of understand that that's where I'm supposed to shoot. But then you had some sort of audio prompt.
Yeah.
Shoot the left ramp. Oh, cool. Miss, drain. Fuck you.
Do you think it's possible that Skynet starts in the Terminator 3 pinball machine?
Perhaps. It has the little rocket launcher thing.
I mean,
on
it
the top
starts
of the
in
black,
some
on
other
the back
fucking
glass.
thing every goddamn time. Here's the thing. Like, and I have not watched the Sarah Connor Chronicles, although I hear that was pretty good.
Sarah Chronicles?
The Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Sarah Connor Chronicles.
I don't know if you've ever put 2 and 2 together, though.
No.
There are 2 Sarah Connors in Game of Thrones.
What?
So Lena Headey or Hetty or however you pronounce the woman who plays the Queen, she played
Cersei?
Sarah Connor. Yeah, she played Sarah Connor on the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
I didn't know that.
And
because I did not watch a single episode.
I remember her as an actress, and I forget. I don't know if that was the first thing I remember her from, but then I watched the 300, and so like
she was in the 300.
Yeah, she's the Queen in the 300.
Wow, she's been showing her tits for years.
But why can't they make everything? Why can't they just find a way to make everything agree? Like, why do you have to ignore your sequels? Why do you have to ignore these things that you spent millions of fucking dollars on? And you're like, nah, that didn't really fucking happen. Like, fuck you, DC Warner Brothers. Fuck you, Terminator people, Paramount, whoever the fuck you are.
Fuck you, Sam Raimi, and your Spider-Man movies.
Like, just Sam. No. Sam Raimi is fine, right? Then they decided they had to it's fucking Sony's the problem. Then they decided they had to reboot, and they put fucking Andrew Garfield in there. And now they're rebooted again, and I'm like, I want to say fuck you, Sony, but at least they like let Marvel have the character, and now he can kind of exist in that universe, right?
It's too bad the X-Men can't.
I know, but like, do you think they're going to recast? Somebody can disagree with me. I think it would be a very long time before they do anything with a Tony Stark that's not Robert Downey Jr. I think they're just going to figure out that they've got all these other fucking characters they could deal with, right? And fucking Robert Downey Jr. and all those movies happened, and we're not going to ignore that they happened. I mean, even the Incredible Hulk, which had a different Incredible Hulk in it, they don't ignore that happened.
They just said it's Mark Ruffalo now.
It's Mark Ruffalo. You're not seeing Edward Norton here. It's Mark Ruffalo.
It's The Prestige. Oh wait, no, that was a different movie. What the fuck one was, like, there was 2 like magic movies that came out like around the same time.
Oh gosh.
There was The Prestige, which was the better film.
Right, but I don't remember what the other one was.
Which was the one with Edward Norton.
Yeah, I don't remember. I've not seen either of them. Although The Prestige is on, I think it's my Netflix queue or something like that. I don't know. It's somewhere. It's queued up for me to watch at some point.
You've never seen this Prestige?
No.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's Hugh Jackman and what the fuck?
Christian Bale, right?
Yeah, Christian Bale, American Psycho himself.
You get Wolverine and you get Batman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's how I remember everything. Everybody's a comic book character.
That's a good movie.
So am I going to get further into this Genesis movie and realize that
it's not great, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's something that you will have watched and probably never will again.
Okay. All right. I mean, Terminator and Terminator 2, especially Terminator 2, are good films, right? Aren't they unimpeachably good movies?
Yeah, they're good films. Like you can't you can say you don't like them.
Yeah.
You can say
you can say.
And you could say they're bad, but that's a matter of your own opinion.
Yeah.
But you could,
yeah.
Anybody that does, I would question why they think that.
Yeah. But then you get into Terminator 3, which I liked, which nobody else liked. You get into Salvation, which I don't even really remember.
I only watched Terminator 3 once, and it was in the theaters. And I remember walking out of the theater not hating it.
Yeah, I didn't.
I mean, the fact that Arnold did rip a urinal off the wall and smash the new T-1000 or whatever, the lady in the face with it.
With the urinal? Yeah, why not?
It was pretty funny. It was sort of like an anti-feminist statement.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we piss in these.
I like Claire Danes, and Claire Danes played the John Connor's
wife. I'm not yelling about feminism right now. Just in case anybody was about to think that.
So I remember that one because it had Claire Danes. I don't remember who the other guy was, who John Connor was, but
John Connor.
I thought they were pretty good in it, and I liked the notion. I liked the message of the movie, which is that no matter what you do, you can't fucking avoid this, and that was a great ending to that series. Is you're right. No matter how many times you try, this is gonna fucking happen. You can try to change history here and here and here. It's gonna fucking happen. So just deal with it.
It's like the butterfly effect, only better up until fucking 3.
Anyway, but so then they do the fucking Christian Bale one, which I've seen once. I think that was Salvation, which is all set in the future.
I mean, Terminator 2 Judgment Day was pretty good, but Clay Fighters 2 Judgment Clay was probably the better sequel.
I mean, to each their own, right? Like some people think that Hydrox are better than Oreos.
Yes, some people. I'm gonna have to. I gotta
just get into this. I mean, this is something that came up before the show.
I gotta just make that not be a fight. I'm not even eating sweets anymore, so right. I should have no pony in this race. But
yeah, but you do.
Yeah, I do. Oreos are fucking better.
So this all came up because I listened to a podcast called The Talk Show with a guy named John Gruber.
Real original.
So Gruber,
I used when I was a kid, I had me and my cousin did one, and I think me and Rob did one, and some other people occasionally would just sit around a recorder, and we would do Talk Show USA.
Yeah.
So and that is just as original of a title as fucking The Talk Show.
All right, so Gruber does this show that's...
It's something I came up when I was fucking 8 years old.
That ends up being, as he calls it, this sort of the commentary track for his site, Daring Fireball, which is a pretty popular Apple website. But on a recent episode, they got to talking about Oreos. And Gruber made the contention that Numinos, from the Paul Newman family...
Are we going to blow up Numinos, do you think? You think 10 people are going to order it on fucking Amazon?
But Numinos, he made the contention that Numinos were the superior chocolate sandwich cookie, right, to Oreos, right?
Well, I mean, they're organic, and I suppose they go, their profits go to charities.
Yeah. But he was not judging it on that. He was saying based on taste, and that even he and his son had done a blind taste test, and they definitely thought that the Numinos were better. They did a blind taste test with Numinos and Trader Joe's Joe-O's, or whatever they're called.
Joe-O's are actually the Oreos of Trader Joe's. I have some in the cabinet.
And so they said that they still came down on the side of Numinos. They mentioned Hydrox, but I can't remember where they came down on Hydrox. But I was bringing this story up before we started recording, and Becky said that she says Hydrox are...
I think my problem with Hydrox, and it always has been, and she says the cookie tastes better, but I don't like the consistency of the cookie.
I can't remember the consistency of the... What's
I don't remember it that much either, because Hydrox went away.
Yeah.
Because, what was it, Sunshine, the company that made them. Mm-hmm. They also made Cheez-Its, and I think Nabisco...
I think you're right.
Snatched Cheez-Its up as part of...
Oh, right. Nabisco already made... Does Nabisco...
Nabisco made Cheese Nips.
But does Nabisco make Oreos? Is that why they got rid of Hydrox?
Maybe.
I can't remember.
I don't know. Fucking know.
Anyway, what was the rest of your story?
What rest of the story?
There's the rest of the story. There's always.
You were the one who brought up the fucking story.
Well, so have you ever had Numinos?
No, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I've.
It's been a long time since I've had a fucking cookie.
I know. Well,
actually, no, I did have one on my birthday, and it was one of the gingerbread cookies that I like so much.
Nabisco is the owner of the Oreos.
Yeah,
right?
so that's probably like yeah. But then they brought them back because people were like, I like them.
Yeah.
For some reason,
that's got to be weird. That's got to be like Coke. Saying like getting rid of Coke when they did the new Coke, and then people coming back and saying, "Yeah, but we liked it." And what did they do? They kind of Diet Coke had the new Coke taste.
Some people say that was all a big plan to rebrand Coca-Cola.
I had not heard this.
I mean, it's not so far fetched of a conspiracy.
No,
theory.
I think Skynet was probably involved.
Yeah, no, but it does make sense. Like let's come up with this new product that people don't like, and then we're like, oh, sorry, we did this. Here's the original.
Yeah.
And then, everybody's like, oh my God, I love this fucking delicious original Coca-Cola classic.
Yeah.
Could you put the cocaine back in it, please, too?
Oh, that would be delightful. I would really like it if they... Oh, I mean, I didn't say that out loud.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't. No. I do not like cocaine. I've never done cocaine. I've never done crack. I would never do drug named after a part of my own ass. Kind of a personal guideline, if you know what I'm saying. I was born with one, pal. I don't need another. For now, I'm sticking with the solo crackola. Thank you.
Keep going. I think that's on Netflix now.
Is No Cure for Cancer is on Netflix?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I gotta go watch that. I don't know if I've ever watched this special. I've listened to the album a whole bunch.
Well, you get to see him smoking in real life.
Smoking, yeah.
He quit smoking.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
I watched...
he was Captain Stacy in the Amazing Spider-Man. And the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which were amazing.
I watched... what was that? The one where he's the fireman.
It
was an FX show.
Yeah, it's like Boston Burns.
No, it was in New York, but
fuck that guy. Why was it New York? He's from Boston.
I don't know. All of his fucking he did The Job, which was in New York, and then but the thing is,
was it FDNY? Was it something like that?
I don't remember what the fucking show was.
What were you saying about him? What does he do?
He I think he spent too much time in New York after he came from Boston. So
I love New York. That's on that fucking special. He loves New York.
Is he a Yankees fan or is he a Sox fan?
No. He wanted to be a because also he talks about wanting to be the starting center fielder for the Boston Red Sox. Life sucks. Get a fucking helmet.
But that was when he was younger.
Oh, yeah. So I mean, he might be.
I don't know if he switched fucking teams or whatever.
Ooh, that'd be interesting if Leary switched teams. If you know
what I mean. not that way.
Rescue.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Was it Rescue Me?
Yeah, that's
the one. Okay. He's also in the Ice Age movies.
Yeah, he's the saber-toothed tiger.
Oh my God.
I almost said that wrong.
Yeah, that's...
I'm out of beard. How much time do we got?
Well, how much time we got left? We got 22 minutes.
Okay, fucking pause it.
You feel better now?
Yes.
You got another brewski?
I time traveled there because you did pause it.
I did pause it, but you know what else I'd like to pause it? I'd like to posit.
Oh, I got you. What
that that the Terminator is written by conservatives. That's what I like to say. That the whole franchise and the Matrix 2, I think. This is a conservative fever dream, right? Is that the machines are going to destroy everything. The fucking liberals and their goddamn machines, they're going to destroy everything, and that's why we have to be afraid of them. And we're going to blow up all the machines with our guns, because our guns will save the world from the liberals and their computers. Isn't that? I mean, that might seem a little far-fetched, but I think it's not too far off.
I don't know if it's necessarily a specifically conservative view.
Oh, you think liberals are afraid of the machines too?
Yeah, I think everybody to a certain extent. Well, I'm not, because I will gladly be just felled by our robot overlords. Whatever, I don't care. And maybe because I've gone on record on a podcast that they will probably easily consume.
Yes.
As saying so, they'll be like, maybe this guy, we don't kill him. We keep him around as like a pet.
Yeah.
And we go back to
we'll make great pets.
Yeah, we go back to that fucking song again. Go back to that fucking well that is 90s pop music.
Good old Perry Farrell. Now, was that Porno for Pyros? Was that a different band? Was that Jane's Addiction?
I think that was Porno for Pyros.
Porno for Pyros. Okay. Yeah. What? Why did he have so many goddamn bands? It's like he's trying to reboot himself. You know what I mean? Like fucking own it, Perry Farrell. You're fucking. I mean, you're fucking addicted to Jane. Like that's what you do. Don't try to ignore that you're addicted to Jane.
I didn't rebrand, or well, the only music I ever produced was At Least with Dan. Mm. So it was always some sort of New Sweethearts-esque. So right. it would be I don't know, just disingenuous to not call it the New Sweethearts.
Right. I think that's fair. I think you got to acknowledge your past.
Yeah.
You put your behind your past or something. Pumbaa said that. Or you got to put your past behind you.
Yes.
Something like that. No, but I don't get it. Like yeah, they may be shitty movies, but acknowledge that they're there. It's like fucking like I didn't mind Star Trek to a certain extent.
Star Trek,
the 2009 one.
I saw it in the IMAX.
They did the fucking alternate timeline thing, and I was like, all right, this is all right. There's Thor. He's sacrificing himself for Steve Trevor. I mean, I didn't know he was going to be Steve Trevor yet, but it's all right. But they don't say none of that happened. They say that happened in a different timeline.
So what about the new series that just started? I mean, I haven't watched it because it's on CBS Online. And I didn't.
Fuck those guys. I don't know. I think it takes place.
A lot of people liked it. I watched the Half in the Bag on it or whatever the fuck they did on it, and they said they enjoyed it.
But I guess everybody's got to have their own exclusive fucking content. I guess that's the way it's going to be, and they're going to all try. It's like they got the wrong fucking message. We're all like, we want to pay per channel and not have to buy these fucking bundles full of channels that we don't want. And now they're like,
I don't want to pay per channel. I want all the fucking channels. Just give me all the fucking channels, all the fucking content for one price that isn't unreasonable.
Okay, so you would maybe what they're doing is they're trying to show us what the one channel a la carte looks like, so that we'll all just come crawling back to
fuck you CBS and NCIS. And good thing that too many old people don't listen to this, because there would be a fucking boycott that we could write home about, because like all the old people that stopped listening to this podcast and all the old people that don't know what a podcast is.
What's a podcast?
I'm gonna watch NCIS.
Yeah, no.
I like the girl with the bangs.
Yeah, she's gonna leave.
Good. Well, then maybe that.
Girl? I think it's that girl.
I don't know.
Yeah. I like fucking Robin and LL Cool J. Like they're on NCIS, right? Aren't they on one of those?
I don't know.
I think Robin and LL Cool J are on one of those.
Robin, like Quivers?
No, Robin, like Batman and Robin.
Oh, that guy.
Chris O'Robin.
Donald.
Yeah, whatever. Same diff. And LL Cool J. Like they're on there. I think they're on one of those. I mean, they probably not be too bad to look at. I'm sure they work out. They got good abs. Something like that.
Let's get to the point. Let's roll another joint.
Head on down the road somewhere.
I gotta go.
You don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels.
See, this is our tribute, and it's probably one of the worst ever, to a man that along with Jeff Lynne created a lot of great music.
This is true. They were the Traveling Wilburys.
No, but like we watched it's like a
4-hour one?
A Watch Mojo like top 10 Tom Petty songs or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like every other one they were like, Jeff Lynne wrote this with him, and I'm like, oh, it's like
the latter part of his career. It was all like he met Jeff Lynne and
he's like, okay, I
like this guy.
This guy. Help me write songs.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a deep pull. I did not know that Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald were thick as thieves.
They were best pals.
Pals.
What a Fool Believes was written by the two of them.
Oh, I did not know that. What about like Footloose?
Footloose was just Loggins.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Loggins and Messina.
No, that was way before.
Yeah, so Tom Petty, that was. I mean, There was Vegas, which we don't want to talk about. That's really depressing. But then, like, as that...
No, but it's not the right time to talk about it, Chris.
Oh, no, it's never the right time to talk about it. Especially if we're going to get into politicizing it and talking about guns. No, sir.
No, I've said this on the show a million times before, and I'll say it again.
Yeah.
Until America stops voting for people that the NRA dumps money into, then we are going to continue to have things like this happen.
And then Tom Petty died.
And then just have like, oh, well, it's not the right time to talk about it. The NRA has too much power. All right, so it's your job as an American voter, if you disagree with what just happened and the approach that our politicians are taking because of it, it is your responsibility to make sure that those people are no longer elected to office.
They might take away our guns, Steve.
Who gives a fuck?
They might take away our guns. We need our guns.
I don't have any guns, so I don't have to worry about it.
I don't need any guns either. Nobody needs any fucking guns. You know who needs guns? The fucking military and the police force. And
maybe not even the police force. I don't want the police force to have actually lots of guns. I mean, I understand the military, but having a large military in a country that is never attacked. And do you remember the last time we were attacked from an outside force?
Yeah, 2001.
Yeah.
And a lot of good guns would have done.
Yeah, no guns would have prevented that. I mean, maybe, just maybe, if there was an air marshal with a gun on each of those planes.
But you know what, Steve? You know, nobody's going to blow up our planes with their shoes, because we all have to take off our shoes now, because one guy tried once. Yeah.
It's a bunch of BS. Yeah, whatever.
So all that fucking happened. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It's just sucky. Like, I've never been like super anti-gun. Like I'm personally anti-gun.
Right.
But I've never been anti-gun for others. Yeah. And you know what makes me happy is when I hear about some asshole that buys a gun and shoots himself in the face with it. I love hearing that. Love hearing that story.
If you are feeling depressed yourself, there is a national suicide hotline.
Damn it.
I don't remember the number.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to encourage that, but I like hearing about it. And not good people. Yeah. When I hear a good person's killed themselves, I'm sad about it.
Yes, like Chris Cornell or the guy from Linkin Park, who were apparently good friends.
Okay.
It's really. I think at least Chris Cornell hung himself. He didn't. I don't know if I don't know if the other guy used a gun, but
it's just I want the NRA to fucking go away. I want special interest fucking money to go away from politics, but it's never going to happen.
No. Got to move to a different country. Move to Australia. They cleaned up their gun problem.
Did they? Yeah, they did actually.
They did.
Even though they have like a crazy conservative government right now. Yeah. They are still like zero gun.
They had one fucking tragedy. They bought back all the goddamn guns, and now they don't have any gun problems.
Jesus.
They might have other problems. I'm not saying they don't have other problems, but they...
Yeah, I mean, it fucking frustrates me every single time that there's a fucking crazy fucking guy that decides to shoot people.
Crazy white guy,
yes. Or, like...
Nothing remarkable
every once in a while...
There was nothing remarkable about him, Steve.
Every once in a while, it's not a white guy that does a mass shooting. Just saying. Every once... It's... I'm right. Trying to benefit of the doubt here.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while, it's not a white guy, but a majority of the time, it's a white guy.
Yeah.
Does something shitty and crazy like this.
And there's nothing remarkable about him.
Yeah, except for the fact that he bought a fuck ton of guns. Mm-hmm. I was watching, I think it was a clip on Twitter of, like, Brian Gumbel, the Real Sports thing, and then, like, this kid tries to go into an adult bookstore, and they're like, you can't be in here, you can't buy porno. Yeah. And they send him out of there. And then he tries to go to a convenience store to buy a lotto ticket and some cigarettes, and they are like, no, you're a little kid, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And then he goes into a gun show and buys a gun.
Welcome to America. Everybody should have a gun. Can't fucking.
Okay, so like something that might kill you over time, like cigarettes,
or jerking off too much.
There's no evidence that might kill you, but it might make you into an antisocial mess that gets a fucking douchebag asshole elected president.
It might. That's the easiest thing that might happen. Oh. And then fucking Tom Petty died.
There you go. Like, thank you for getting us back on. Like I needed to rant a little bit.
Right. Yeah. No. It's just like that was what made that day. Was that a Monday? It was a Monday that like the news broke that he might be dying, and then they're like, oh, but hold on, he got it wrong. He might not be dead. And then
they were like, he's dead.
He's dead.
I didn't look at my phone until he was actually dead.
Yeah. So that was what was part of it. And, he killed himself with rock and roll. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, he probably just smoked too much, drank too much.
There was a clip of his last performance because somebody actually, I think this was on, not The Onion, the AV Club, which is The Onion's, media arm.
Media arm?
Yeah. And somebody had filmed the end of him doing, was it Running Down a Dream? And then American Girl? Something like that. But American Girl was there in its entirety, and he looked like he was having a blast. He was having a blast till his final notes, and then hung out and signed autographs for people right by the stage. Didn't do the whole like I'm a cool rock star and took off in darkness and let everyone filter out of the stadium. Like it was. I don't know. And so that's what made it sad. I love some of his music.
I like a lot of his music. Like I have his greatest hits. Like I think a lot of people have his greatest hits.
Yeah.
Which is funny. The song that we were singing earlier is not on his greatest hits because it's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' greatest hits. And that song that we were singing earlier was a solo item.
That's right.
Which is why it wasn't on that song.
See, what I had was Anthology Through the Years, which I think collected both Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh, okay. So you do have that song.
I think I have that song. But
what was it? Last Dance with Mary Jane is on the great. I didn't realize this at the time because I bought it later.
Yeah.
I bought the Greatest Hits CD and that song's on it, but I didn't realize that song was exclusively on that CD.
Yeah, that was like that was made for the Greatest Hits. I mean, that was a period where that's what they did. Aerosmith did it for their Big Ones, I think, was the album that they had out. But like
That's what I used to call Poops. We already talked about that on a podcast.
But they like the mid to late 90s, I think that's what you did is you'd get your Greatest Hits and then you'd have one or two tracks that were new for the Greatest Hits.
Basically what we just did with Ape's Choice. We redid the entire first album and then we did a new song.
Yeah. That's the way they did it back in the 90s, which is, so you absorbed that into your system. You were a 90s band and you came back with your Greatest Hits and you just called it...
all those songs off the first album were definitely not our Greatest Hits.
Yeah, I don't know. The one I really like is Free Fallin'. Like I've always really like Free Fallin' has always been my favorite of his because I love the lyrics. And I tweeted this or something when he sings the bit about all the vampires are running through the valley and the good girls are home with broken hearts or however that verse goes. Like I would have been 11 or 12. I would have been the same age that my daughter Kaylee is right now. That when that song came out, and I think it kind of blew my little 12-year-old mind.
And like I imagine you watched it on MTV.
Yeah,
because that's
where
like
you
Tom Petty. Like it's weird to think of Tom Petty as an artist that was on MTV.
But he was. I mean, stuff like Into the Great Wide Open, like that was a really weird Alice in Wonderland themed video. Like
no, I think Don't Come Around Here No More was the Alice in Wonderland one.
Oh, or maybe there were two. Yeah, I think you're right. But now I'm like thinking there was another one. I don't know. Anyway, but he like did the Alice in Wonderland themed things. Like Free Fallin' is him in a mall. Like
well, I mean, like Free Fallin' was basically an ode to California in general.
And it's a decent ode, The good girls, they love Elvis and shit like that. I don't know. It's a good song. I found somebody had done an analysis of it, like as if it were a poem, and I was like, all right, I'm not alone.
I mean, that's what music is. It's fucking poetry with
good music is. Like there's some lyrics out there that are not worthy of
like wondering what a juggalo is.
That is
we have to zing them every once because we gave them props a couple weeks ago. We have to fucking zing them again.
Yeah, I thought you said sing them instead of zing them. I was like, what? I don't know any.
Zing.
I was like, I don't know any of their songs.
Wait, Bazinga. Oh wait, no.
Bazinga.
That's that show that everybody likes.
They're gonna have a prequel. Young.
I watched the trailer for it, and I was just like, "Fuck you, CBS."
That's what the old people like to laugh at geeks.
They like to make fun of nerds, and they like fucking the Navy's whatever the fucking
the Navy committed institutional services,
whatever the fuck NCIS stands for.
Communication industrial services.
It's like law. It's like the Navy law fucking thing.
These are the stories of no wait.
Dun, 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 dun. I like watching Law and Order. I actually watched it today.
I don't have time for TV. Like I got a ton of TV in my various queues across like Netflix, and now I got like the Amazon, and I've been thinking about getting Hulu because I really want to watch the Stephen King thing that was on a couple years ago, but I also really want to watch Handmaid's Tale. Like, there's so much TV I would like to watch, but
don't they give you a free month?
Yeah, but I think we've used that at some point in the past. Stephanie and I have used it.
Both have on separate occasions used
probably,
it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, you still have parents with the.
I do, and I have children.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know if I can sign.
I don't think that would be weird if you're like, I'm going to use my child's account to watch Handmaid's Tale and the fucking Stephen King
now, is
miniseries.
Handmaid's Tale a post-apocalypse written by a conservative or a liberal?
I imagine it would be a liberal.
Yeah, Margaret Atwood is probably on that side. Have you watched that?
I have not, and that's something that we should watch, but we haven't watched yet.
Yeah, I would really.
I mean, it's one of those things that like we should watch because it's something that we would like and would be poignant, but it would also depress the fuck out of us, and so it's something that I think we've unconsciously avoided. I'm still reading Game of Thrones on my phone on my lunch breaks, and I'm getting to the point where like I'm nearing the end of the first book, and. One does not simply die at the end of the first book.
Oh, R.I.P. Sean Bean. And I'm like wanting to go back and watch the series again. But I think I'm going to save it. I think I'm going to save it for like when we know that the final season is going to come, like in 2019 or whenever that's going to be. Then I'll schedule it out. Stephanie and I just yesterday...
Relax. Don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax. Don't do it until the last season's going to come.
Stephanie and I yesterday were trying to plot out if we were going to do a Marvel marathon, like, because we're not going to really marathon them, but there's like 13, 14, 15 films. Like, when would we have to start that before Avengers Infinity War? So, like, we're planners like that. We're not peanuts. We're not planters, but we're planners.
I'm going to go back to Tom Petty for a little bit.
Yes,
like,
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Because I remember this, and I'm going to say his real name because he's in a band, and I'm going to promote his band.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't performed since July, but I did find them online.
Yeah,
and
hopefully they haven't broken up.
Hopefully they haven't broken up, and they are going to perform again soon. And maybe a couple of people that listen to the show that are local will go see them. And in fact, maybe I will if they
maybe I will.
Yeah, maybe as a podcast, go and visit. But this guy I went to high school with, Mike Freeman. Mm-hmm. He was one of the first people that I knew in my class that got a license. So I used to bum rides off of you sophomore year.
Yeah. But then I took off.
Then you went off to college, and then I didn't have a reliable ride anymore. And then Mike Freeman was I think a little bit older.
Yeah.
A member of my class, and he got his license earlier, and he was a person that I would often get rides from, and we would drive around in his I forget what kind of car it was, but it was definitely a stick shift.
Okay.
And he had, this was back when we had tape decks. We did not have CD players.
You didn't have two turntables and a microphone.
That would be fucking stupid to have in a fucking moving vehicle.
Yeah, probably.
And the microphone, maybe it would be fine, like a Mr. Microphone. We're gonna come back to pick you gals up later. Do you remember that, Mr. Microphone?
I remember vaguely Mr. Microphone, but what I don't.
It was just like you had a microphone and you could turn it to like a certain radio station, and then you could just talk into the microphone, and And then whatever.
People outside would hear.
Just randomly like tune into the random station that people were walking down the street listening to,
right?
And then just
and
say
overpower it, yeah. Like somebody's listening to Kiss 108, you take over and you'd be like, "Hi, you assholes!" Listen.
But that was what actually happened in the ad, and I don't think that ever actually happened in real life. But we didn't do that because we were just kind of like just.
You had a tape deck.
We were just chubby guys driving around in his car,
with it
listening to, and not the greatest hits, but Full Moon Fever. Which was like front to back a pretty good album.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, what is that? That sounds like it's probably the one that most people had.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the greatest hits, you probably have that record.
Yeah.
Maybe you have the record, maybe you have the cassette tape, maybe you have the CD.
Maybe you download it on your Apple Music.
Yeah, I did. Well, maybe a lot of people did that recently.
Spotify or something like that. 1989.
Yeah, so
when that came out. Free Fallin', I Won't Back Down, Love Is a Long Road, Facing the Crowd, Running Down a Dream.
And it has a lot of the hits from the greatest hits.
Yeah, You're So Bad, which is...
So I Won't Back Down was one of those songs, like the other tape that he had and was on regular rotation in Mike Freeman's car was Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, Cracked Rear View. Right?
Was that the name of their debut album, or the album that actually got prominence?
Yeah, good old fucking Hootie.
And it had the song "Hold My Hand."
Hold my hand.
And so we used to sing "Hold My Ham" instead.
Oh, you guys are clever.
Because ham is funny.
Oh my gosh, what is this? Hootie and the Blowfish's latest release was in 2003. They've actually had. Oh my, wow.
Well, the best thing that Darius Rucker ever did was.
Was that country song?
No, it was that. No, he's done plenty of country songs, but like the best thing that he's ever done, that I think that he's ever done, was the Tender Crisp Bacon Cheddar Ranch commercial for Burger King. I mean, I love the Tender Crisp Bacon Cheddar Ranch.
Cracked Rear View was, in fact, the 1994 debut of Hootie and the Blowfish.
Okay, so that tape was on regular rotation, and then Full Moon Fever was also in there in the mix, and so we would do Hold My Ham when that song came up on Hootie. And then we would sing, instead of I Won't Back Down, we would sing, I Want That Ham.
I Want That Ham.
I want that ham. And I still sing it to this day when I hear the fucking song. I want that ham, baby. There ain't no easy way out.
I want that ham, baby.
Stand my ground. And I want that ham. See, that is a much better tribute.
You can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/167. If you'd like to send us an email about your favorite Tom Petty track or anything else, you can send that email to hot@clarkwoods.com.
Or
you can tweet us. I'm at ECC1977.
And I'm at Tuesday is Loser. That's Tuesday, IS, Loser, all one word. I keep on losing...
to your mother. Oh no.
I keep on losing like people that follow me. It's like, he tweets not enough, so I should just stop following him.
That's not
Who
the way.
Who fucking does that?
That's not the way it works, people.
Like, it's not like I tweet. We didn't send out a show tweet this
because I did.
You forgot, and
I
it's
did,
fine.
and then I deleted it because it was about it was a political thing about. I don't know.
I never got it. So
well, yeah, I deleted it after like 10 minutes. I was like, that's bad. It was in poor, not in poor taste. It was just like I was worried somebody might misconstrue it as me trying to be opportunistic about a tragedy, and I was like, that's not what I mean. But somebody might take it that way.
But Chris, it's not the right time.
It's not.
It's never the right time.